Welcome everybody to this session of Hatha Yoga, and today we're going to be focusing on weight loss through practicing yoga. And that doesn't mean that we're going to sweat ourselves to death. It just means that we are going to look at the body maybe in a slightly different way so that we can just adjust what we're doing to what we're trying to achieve. And we all like to feel light and airy in the body, and like we can do things and maybe go out for a walk and all these sort of things. And to do that with a feeling of vibrance, that's what we're trying to achieve here. So without further ado, we find a comfortable position to sit in. Now this can be with the legs crossed, legs straight, whatever is comfortable for you. Maybe you're just sitting on a seat right now. And we just come into a position where we can sit down into the pelvis here and allow the body to be straight. We sort of lengthen from the base of the spine or the tailbone all the way to the top of the head, and rest your hands on your knees, closing the eyes if you wish to. And first just becoming aware of the breath and the movement of the body as we breathe, without changing anything or controlling your breath in any way. Just gently watch how the body expands and contracts as we breathe, and how this affects the whole body, not just the lungs or the chest, but the whole body. And now going over to controlled breath and taking deep, conscious breaths, as deep as possible in and as deep as possible out. And just continue this just for a couple of minutes. And while we're practicing this, I'm going to guide you through your body. So again, as we're taking this deep, controlled breath, again watch how the breath affects the whole body. Maybe experiencing the lightness of the body, or the heaviness of the body, or maybe parts of your body are light and parts are heavy. Just noticing this without judgment, right or wrong. Just the same as being conscious of the sounds that surround you, and just simply allowing them to be there. And now coming up to the space of your mind, the space that the thoughts travel through. And the more we expand this space, the less important the thoughts become, the less constricted the thoughts become. We become aware of the space more than the thoughts. So pushing out the edges of this space. It is not limited by the physical form of the body. Or the physical form of your head. It is an infinite space. And at the center of this space, beyond your thoughts, is where you are at the center of yourself, where you can sit and watch and experience the life that you are living. It is a place of compassion and understanding. It is a place we can choose change. It is a place of infinite wisdom and knowledge. Without the restrictions or limitations of the physical body. And then slowly and gently opening your eyes. Just again becoming conscious of the space that you are sitting in right now. Good, so I'd like to start this session by actually lying on the back. So we come down to the mat in a way that's most comfortable for you. So maybe leaning on one elbow and just sliding the elbow out and just rolling onto the back. At the moment we can move the feet out to the corners of the mat. And just find a position that you feel that the body naturally relaxes down onto the mat. Just conscious of the physical form of the body once again. Good, so we're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat, and we're going to bring the left foot in towards the buttock and then the right foot beside the left so that the knees are together at the top. We're going to place the arms along the side of the body, and if you wish to, you can place the hands under your buttocks, so not under the lower back but actually under the buttocks, so sort of bringing the hands together in the center and then just bringing the body down onto your hands, so you can feel that you're supporting the lower back. Good. And we're going to start with a single leg lift. So what we're going to do is inhale and bring the right knee in towards your chest, and then stretch the leg up and then flex the foot. And it doesn't matter at the moment if the knee is slightly bent here, as long as we're feeling the stretch in the back of the leg. Release the foot and place the feet together in the center. Left side, inhale, left knee comes in, we lift the leg, straighten the leg if possible, flex the foot, and then exhale down. Foot back to the buttock and back to the mat. Right side, inhale, we come up towards the chest with the knee, we bring the leg up. Again, doesn't matter if the knee is bent. And then back down and return it to the mat. And we just continue, inhale, left side up, flex the foot, and exhale down and back to the mat. Right side, inhale, in with the knee, up, flex, exhale down, and return the foot to the mat, placing the feet together between each side. Left side, inhale, we come up, flex the foot, exhale down, foot to the buttock, and back to the mat, feet together. Right side, inhale, up, flex, exhale down, and feet back together again. Left side, inhale, up, flex, exhale down, feet together. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, so feel how the stomach muscles pull the knee in, we then lift, flex the foot, exhale down, and return the foot to the mat. Left side last time, inhale. Use the stomach muscles, pull the knee in, then stretch up, flex, and down, and feet together. Good, we can slide the right leg out and the left leg. Bringing the hands out from under the buttocks, separate the feet slightly, and here we can rock the hips. So left, right, just to relax the lower back just that little bit more. Good. We bring the feet together in the center, and we're going to come into a single leg lock. Arms along the side of the body, again for support. Here we don't have to place the hands under the buttocks. So we're going to inhale and bring the right knee into the chest for the stomach muscles. Then we lift the hands up onto the knee, exhale, and pull the body up, away from the mat. So bringing the head up towards the top of the room. And here we want to keep the left leg straight. Inhale, head back. Exhale, we straighten the leg. Left side, inhale, pull the knee in again. Use the hands. Exhale, lift the upper body. And bring the head towards your knee. Inhale, head back. And exhale, we straighten the leg. Right side, inhale, smooth, gentle movement. Exhale, lift the upper body and bring the head up towards your knee. So here we're using the stomach muscles to lift the body. Inhale, head back, and exhale as we straighten the leg. Left side, inhale. Of course, we're gently stretching out the lower back here. And exhale as we lift the upper body and bring the head up towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So those of you that have been doing the class before, you'll notice I'm not saying keeping the upper body on the mat. So right side, inhale, knee comes in, use the stomach muscles, then the arms. Exhale, lift the upper body, so shoulder blades come up away from the mat and head towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So we're just exercising and using the stomach muscles here. Inhale, left side comes in, use the hands. Exhale, lift the upper body, bring the head up towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So if you're getting tired in the stomach muscles, you're doing it correctly basically. Inhale, right knee comes in. Exhale, lift the upper body, head up towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. And left side, inhale. Exhale, lift the body, head towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So the exercise here is not to get the head to the knee, to lift the upper body. Inhale, last time, right knee comes in, use the hands. Exhale, lift the upper body. So you're supporting with your arms. Inhale, head back, and exhale. So you can feel this in the stomach muscles. Inhale, left side comes in. Exhale, lift the body, head up towards the knee. Inhale, head back, and exhale. Again, we separate the feet, and we gently rock the hips. So releasing any tension that we might have in the lower back. Good. So we're going to roll over to the stomach. So I'm going to turn round. So just roll over to the stomach. And we're going to place the lower arms onto the mat. So we're going to do a half cobra. So we're working with the muscles in the back here to lift the body away from the mat. So we have the elbows and the hands on the mat, and we bring the forehead down to the mat. We're going to bring the feet together in the center here and make sure that the heels come as close as they can together. And then we inhale, lift the head away from the floor, and then we lift the upper body using the back muscles. So we avoid pressing down into the mat with the arms. And exhale down. So using the muscles in the back to return the body to the mat. Inhale, lift the head. We use the back muscles to lift the body away from the mat. Hold the position. And exhale down. Head back to the mat. Inhale, lift the head. Lift the upper body away from the mat. So again, using the back muscles to hold this position. And exhale down. 2 more times. Inhale, lift the head, lift the upper body. And here we can even lift the arms away from the mat, making sure that we're using the back muscles. And then exhale back down. So we're only lifting the arms just to check we're not using them. 1 more time. Inhale, lift the head, lift with the back muscles. Hold and exhale back down. The elbows out to the sides, making sure that the lower arms are in a straight line with each other or parallel to the short end of your mat. And we're going to move the feet out to the corners of the mat, bringing the forehead down onto your hands. And here again we can gently rock the hips to the right and the left, just so that we relax the lower back. Make sure that the heels are nice and relaxed and the ankles. Just gently shaking the body in a way that's most comfortable for you, and then just relax. Good, so we're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat, and we're going to bring the arms along the side of the body, bringing the forehead to the mat, and we're going to continue into the half locust position, not lotus but locust, and this is a single leg lift. We start on the right side, so I want to keep the front of the hip on the right side on the mat as we inhale, lifting the right leg. We hold this position, knees strong and straight. Again, arms are nice and relaxed. We're just resting on the mat. And exhale down, placing the feet together in the center. So even if you can't see the feet, be conscious of where they are. Left side, inhale, gently coming up with the left leg. Again, hip is in contact with the mat on the left side, arms nice and relaxed. And exhale down. Good. Right side. Inhale. Gently up with the right leg. Hold. And exhale down. Now what you might notice here is the lower back. Inhale. Lift the left side. And you're probably going to feel it in the lower back on the right side. And then exhale down. Good. Right side. Inhale. Keep the hip on the mat. Again, you're going to feel it probably on the left side here. And then exhale down. And left side, inhale. Keep the knees straight. And exhale down. Good. Right side, inhale. Lift the right leg. Now we could go to the gym and work with a lot of machines, but basically in yoga you're working with your own body weight. And exhale down. And this is extremely effective. Left side, inhale. Last time up. Try not to twist the back, so we keep the front of the hip in contact with the mat. And exhale down, placing the feet together. Again, separate the feet. And we come back to the position that we had just before, which is crocodile 1. Lower arms parallel with the short end of the mat, and resting the head onto the hands. And again here you can just gently rock the body side to side. The heels, the ankles, make sure everything's nice and relaxed. Just taking a few extra breaths here. Good. Good, so we lift the head and we bring the feet together in the center. Then we're going to bring the arms out in front of the body. Coming into flying locust. So again, we're using the back muscles here. So forehead to the mat to start, feet together, heels together if you can. And then we inhale, lift the head. We lift the legs and the upper body and arms. And exhale down. It doesn't really matter how far away from the mat you come at the moment. We inhale, lift the head, lift up into your position, and then exhale down. So those of you that have been in my class before, you've heard me say 1 millimeter a week. Inhale, lift the head, we come up into the position, and we exhale down. So what's important here is we're just feeling how the back muscles are working. Inhale, head comes up, lift, hold, exhale down, so control all the way back down to the mat. And one more time, inhale, lift the head, up into the position, exhale down. Again, we bring the hands back to the center of the mat, lower arms parallel with the short end of the mat, feet to the corners of the mat, head onto the hands. We just gently rock. Move the legs as well, make sure the hips are nice and relaxed. Just taking a few extra breaths here. Good, then we're going to roll over to the back once again. Just roll over. We're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat, and we're going to bring the left foot to the inside of the right knee. So basically ankle bone is parallel with the knee joint, and then we bring the right foot in. What's important here is that we keep the lower back on the mat. You're going to come into boat position or half boat. So again, we're working with the stomach muscles here. So we've been working with the back muscles for the last few positions, now back to the stomach muscles. So just having this control is what we're looking for. So we make the arms straight along the side of the body, and it doesn't matter at the moment how high up you come, as long as we're aiming to get the hands basically forward to the knees, keeping the feet on the mat and the lower back on the mat. So engage the stomach muscles as much as you can, and then we inhale and roll the upper body again away from the mat and bringing the hands up. And then gently back to the mat, using the stomach muscles to return yourself to the mat. Inhale, roll the body up again. And exhale, roll the body gently down. Inhale, upper body comes up. Last time. And exhale, jump back down to the mat. Good. Feet to the corners of the mat again, and again gently rock the hips, maybe the body, move anything out of the way that might stop your arms from coming out to the sides. Just relax. Good, so we're going to bring the feet together in the center of the mat, and we're going to bring both feet into the buttocks. Good, now I want you to place the left ankle just above the right knee. And then we're going to pull the right knee into the chest with the stomach muscles. Taking either the front of the knee, so the left arm comes through the leg to the front of the knee, Or if this is not possible, just taking the back of the knee. And here we just work with this stretch. And at the same time, we can think about actually pulling the knee in towards the chest with the stomach muscles. So I'm not using my arms here to pull the knee in, I'm using the stomach muscles. So the hands are just resting here, not actually doing anything. So resist the temptation of pulling with the arms, because then the stomach muscles stop working. Yeah, it's good. So pulling the knee in. And again, here we can check that the knee doesn't move if we release the hands. Then we know that we're using the stomach muscles in the correct way. Yeah, and breathe. Because they're very different when the stomach muscles are active in this way. It's not possible to breathe down into the belly or into the abdomen. So you're going to feel that the chest expands and contracts in a different way. And this also helps to massage the back. Each time the ribs move, they're just gently massaging the upper back. Good, so we gently return the right foot to the mat, and then we return the left foot beside the right foot. Now we change sides, placing the right ankle just above the left knee, and then again pulling the left knee in with the stomach muscles. Again, either back of the leg if you can't reach forward to the front side of the knee, or pulling the knee in just a little bit more and just resting the hands on the front side of the left knee. So we're pulling in here, use the stomach muscles. Again, you should be able to release the hands. Just be conscious that you're using the stomach muscles to pull the knee in towards the chest. So, although this class is to do with weight loss, if you want to lose weight, that's great. If you don't, then it's extremely effective to actually know what your body is doing, which muscles you're supposed to be using in each of the positions. So you can be an advanced yogi and not necessarily know which muscles you should be using. And all of these positions lead to other positions. So everything I do in all my basic classes are basically positions that lead to something else. So again, last time, just check that you're not using the hands, you're just resting on the knee or at the back of the leg, and just making sure that you're using the stomach muscles. We then release the position, returning the right foot to the left foot to the mat, and then right foot beside the left. Now here what's important is that we keep the lower back on the mat as we move the left foot to the corner of the mat. So you can just slide the heel out over the mat to the corner of the mat, keep the lower back on the mat as I said, and then we bring the right foot out. And again, we can just gently rock backwards and forwards. Make sure the neck is nice and relaxed here. It's very easy to, if we're working with the stomach muscles in this way, to actually sort of create tension in the neck, and that's not what we're trying to do. So you can even place a cushion, if you like, under the back of the head. It's very important that you stay as comfortable as possible. So I don't believe in this sort of going to the gym and sweating if you want to lose weight. Basically, if you start working correctly with the body, then the body will naturally lose weight by itself and regulate how much you want to eat, basically. So don't try and change anything, just allow it to happen naturally. Good, so we're going to come up from the mat, So we just roll up in a way that is comfortable and come to the center of the mat. And basically you can look at the long side of the mat here. And here we can either sit with the legs crossed. If your legs are crossed, we can have support under the thigh muscles here. As when I started doing yoga, my knees were up here somewhere and I was leaning back here, so I couldn't really sit properly when I started doing yoga. As I've said many times before, when I started doing yoga, I was very physically handicapped. And if truth be told, I was also extremely overweight, which is a little bit difficult to believe now. But I can promise you I was. So, either with the legs crossed, or if you can, bringing the knees down towards the mat, maybe sitting in a half lotus position. It doesn't really matter which we're doing. And if that's not comfortable, we can also do half or a sort of easy lotus position, which is basically just having the heels together in the center. Okay, so I'll sit like this. And we're going to place the hands on the front of the knees. And again, here now we're going to be working with the stomach muscles and we're going to be working with the back muscles. So as we inhale, I want you to pull with the arms and pull the body forward. So we're just, and then once you're in that position, try and hold that position with the muscles in the stomach and the back, and then release the hands. So you know that we're doing it correctly. So the body shouldn't actually move. And you exhale, and we press back. So I want to push the back out and use the stomach muscles to pull your chin down as much as possible. Inhale, come forward. Again, we come all the way forward using the arms, and then we use the back muscles to stay in the position. So you should be able to lift the arms. Good, that's very good. Exhale, we push back. And we can do this in our own time. You don't have to follow my breathing here. Inhale, in your own time forward, come forward, hold the position with the muscles, release the hands. Exhale. So the arms are really only there to help you come forward to your maximum position. Inhale, pull forward, engage the muscles, release the hands. It might take you a little bit of time before the body starts to understand what we're trying to do here. Inhale, come forward again. Come forward, hold. Check the hands. Exhale. And one more time. Inhale. Come forward. Hold. Exhale. Good. We gently come up. Good. Now we can bring the soles of the feet together. It really doesn't matter at the moment how far forward the feet are. What we're basically trying to do is to bring the feet approximately 10 centimeters away from the groin or the center of the body here. It does not matter at the moment if your feet are out here. What we're going to do, exactly, what we're going to do is butterfly. So we come into a position which is comfortable. Your knees might be out here or your knees might be up here. It does not matter at the moment, okay? What does matter is what we're going to do with the position. So if I'm going to do it in this position, I'm simply going to just bounce the knees up and down here. And I'm sort of holding the ankles here so that I don't fall over backwards. As the pelvis rotates, you're going to find that the body is going to become more and more upright. And this is very useful. And I'll explain why in a minute. If your knees are farther apart and the feet are closer in, basically it's the same thing, you're just holding the feet and the knees are just bouncing up and down. Maybe you saw my video on levitation. If you do this quick enough, you actually float above the floor. Just joking, of course. So just like a butterfly. So we're just working here. And as I said, as we do that, basically that's just affecting how the pelvis behaves. And the more the pelvis rotates correctly, the more the spine becomes straight. So you're going to find that the body sort of starts to lengthen by itself all the way to the crown of the head. So again, holding the feet, and we can just lengthen up to the top of the head. And that is the same if the knees are up here. We're still trying to lengthen up, and the knees basically doing this in the center. We're just holding the feet. So what you're going to effectively say is that you're bouncing off 100% of what you can do. So let's say it's here, then you're going to 100% is there, and we're just going to do this. So we come to that 100% and then relax, 100% and then relax. It's the same thing. So eventually the knees will come all the way down to the floor. This might take a while. As I said, I was very physically handicapped when I started doing yoga and extremely overweight. And I think it probably took me about 8 or 9 years to actually get my knees into this position. But now it's extremely relaxed. I could read a book like this or drink tea. You know, it's just to take it easy. I'm not a sort of firm believer that, you know, if you're going to, for example, lose weight, then you have to go and work hard with the body. That's not what we're trying to do here. Good. Okay, so we're going to come back now to legs crossed, or half lotus, or simply easy lotus. So now we're going to take half lotus, which is just basically having one foot up on top of the thigh here. And we're going to place our hands again just in front of the knees. And what we're going to do here is just rotate around the center of the body. So basically I'm going to go out to the side, come forward, and then back again. So we're just feeling this. And we can do this with the breath. So it's exhale back, inhale forward. And try and keep your head as still as possible. We're not trying to do this with the whole body, right? You're just going to get very dizzy if you do that. So just sort of imagine sort of drawing a circle with the spine in one direction. And as we become softer in the hips and softer in the lower back, then basically this becomes more and more enjoyable to do. So again, always just 100% of what you can do. That might be this, and that is fine, as long as you're doing 100% of what you can do. And my first teacher said, just ignore what everybody else can do, and just try and increase every position with 1 millimeter a week. That basically means 5.2 centimeters in every single direction and angle that the body can come into. So flexibility becomes fantastic just by doing these simple things. So now we're going to change direction. So we just change direction and do the same thing. So here we can feel how the stomach muscles engage as we go back, disengage as we come forward. Remember to breathe at the same time. As you've got a strange colour. Try and keep the head as still as possible at the top here. So you're sort of looking forward. It's going to move a little bit, so as I said, what we're not trying to do is this, basically. So we're separating as much as possible so that the body can work around its central axis. Good, and we can just rest here and again relax. Maybe just shaking just that little bit, just to relax. Good. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Close the eyes And just be conscious of both sides of the spine or the backbone now. Be conscious of your stomach muscles. Feel how they've been working. And then we can gently open the eyes. So how many of you felt that the stomach muscles have been working, the back muscles have been working? This is one of the things that I really like about this particular technique, is the fact that if we're slightly overweight, let's say we want to lose a little bit of weight, that's fine. But basically why we do that is what other people see, right? And even if we're sort of feeling like we can do a lot of things, it's just nicer to just be a little lighter, okay? So basically when we're doing these things, we're sort of working with the body in a way that helps the body to understand that it's holding this posture. Now the nice thing about that is that we don't actually have to lose any weight at all to actually look better, right? So here we have a position where the stomach muscles are working, the back muscles are working, and the stomach muscles is in. The opposite would be this. Okay, so now nothing's working and the stomach pointing out the front here. And we say, oh my God, I need to lose weight. Or, wow, now I don't need to lose, I didn't do anything. It's like 1 second between. Good, not so good. All right, so posture of the body has a lot to do with how our body looks. So we look in the mirror and go, oh my God, everything's terrible, right? But if the body is in correct posture, then it's going to look better, right? And this is half the feeling of just feeling that you look better. It's amazing, all right? And that's one of the first things I noticed when I started practicing yoga, was this feeling that I feel better in my body. I walk more upright. I have this sort of pondus about me, right? And I knew I was still overweight. That was not the point. The point was to be able to start to feel better. And just starting to feel better then started to encourage me to do other things to help it, right? And that's what we're trying to achieve here. So you're not going to lose 5 kilos in this class. That's just not going to happen, right? But if we can start feeling better about ourselves and the way we look, then we're going to start feeling that we want to do something different. And that's where the change starts. Doing the same thing all the time just leads to the same thing, right? Or my definition of madness is to do the same thing every day and expect something different to happen. Then you will go insane, okay? So we make a slight change, something changes, and then we have a new path to walk on. That's what we're looking for here. That feeling that, yeah, I like this, good. All right, so now I completely lost where I was in my program. Ah, yes, okay, good. We're going to bring the right foot, left foot, under the right thigh. As much as possible here, we want the knee to be straight forward from the hip. And then we're going to bring the right foot on the outside of the left knee. So basically we have the front of the knee and the front of the ankle straight with each other. So not too far back here and not too far forward. If you can't bring the foot all the way in, that's fine. And we want to, as much as possible, sink down into the right buttock. Here I want you to place the left hand on the right knee, and if possible, bringing the right hand to the mat behind you. This will, you bring it in towards the buttock. This also lengthens the spine. So if you can see what happens as I bring the hand in and press, you can see how the body lifts here. And I'm just holding the right knee in place. And we're going to inhale, look forward, exhale, look behind you. And we just pull just a little bit with the left hand. Inhale, come forward. And exhale as we gently pull with the left hand and look behind you. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, look behind you. Inhale, look forward. And exhale as we look behind us. One more time. Inhale, come forward. And exhale, looking behind you. Then release the position and we're going to change sides. So if you notice, every time we rotate, you're going to find you're going to come a little bit further. Right foot under the left thigh. Again, upper leg pointing straight forward. So the knee straight forward from your hip, basically. And then placing the left foot on the outside of the knee. Check again. Front of the knee, front of the ankle. Good. All right, that's good. Then we place the right hand on the left knee, just gently pulling it in. And like I said, if possible, placing the hand on the floor behind you and bring it in towards the buttocks. And when you straighten the elbow, it sort of lifts the body into the position. If you can't do that at the moment, you can basically have both hands on the knee and just sort of lift the body here up towards the top of the head. Has the same effect, it's just not quite as much as if you have the hand to support behind the back. So again, pull in with the right. Inhale, we look forward. Exhale, looking behind you. So pulling with the right arm, look behind you. Inhale, come forward. That's very good. Exhale, and we look behind us. All the time, lengthening the spine. Inhale, we come forward. Exhale, looking behind you. And just noticing that you come just a little bit further each time. Inhale, you come forward. And exhale, use the right arm. And we do it one more time. Inhale, you come forward. Exhale, looking behind you. Good. We release the position. And we're going to come to a standing position. Good. So hopefully somebody will come in and move the camera, because otherwise my head's going to disappear out of the picture. Probably already has. All right. So I want you to face the long side of your mat, and we're going to separate the feet. Good. All right. So what I want you to do is to just come forward with the hands. So we're going to press the buttocks back behind you and just come down into a position where you're sort of almost parallel with the floor, and just hang the arms down here. You might come down to the floor, you might not, it doesn't really matter. Right? What matters is that we're feeling this stretch. We allow the stomach to be as heavy as possible towards the ground. Then we just relax the neck as well. And now we're going to bring the hands out towards the ankles. And we're going to just gently press back with the hips to find this balance. This gently stretches out the legs. You can drop the head and just balance in this position. Good. So now bringing the right hand to the inside of the right ankle, and we're just going to gently lift the left shoulder towards the top of the room. So you can place the hand on the hip if you want, and then exhale down. Left hand, left side, or the inside of the ankle. Right hand comes to the hip. You lift the shoulder towards the top of the room. And exhale down. Change sides. Right hand inside the ankle. Left hand on the hip. Inhale. Lift the shoulder towards the top of the room. Exhale down. Left hand inside. Right hand on the hip. Inhale. Last time. Lift the right shoulder towards the top of the room. Exhale down. So, has anything changed? Place the hands on the mat. It's amazing how much that does, right? It's amazing. In the beginning, maybe you started with the fingers just on the mat. Now the hands are on the mat. Good. So, we walk the feet in 2 steps. And then we inhale, coming up with the upper body. So again, we use the back muscles to lift here. Place the hands on the hips, and I want you to just do the hula hula. Okay? So it's like you have a little bit of Michael Jackson here as well. So this feeling as you're coming forward, and then the opposite direction. Good. Now, turn both feet to the right. So the left foot's going to be approximately 45 degrees, not more than that, because then you lose your balance. And the right foot is now going to be parallel with the mat, or in a straight line with the outside of the mat. Now what we want to do is to just come forward with the right hand and slide it down your leg. Doesn't matter if it comes all the way down to the foot or if it's halfway up the leg. Let's say you come to here, because we have a little bit of tension here, and we open the shoulders. So again, we're going to lift the shoulder towards the top of the room, and then we're going to reach up. And this would be the same if the hand is down at the ankle. So you lift the shoulder, reach up. So we don't sort of over-rotate the shoulder. Look at the difference here. If my shoulder is not lifted towards the top of the room and I do that, that's not the same at all. Right? So that and this. So it's shoulder up towards the top of the room, then reach up. This is a mistake that I see a lot of people make in this position. Good. You come down, and we come back up to the center. We turn the feet then to the left. The right foot in, 45. Left foot parallel with the mat. Exhale, you slide out. So what you can do here is just to make sure the hand's under your shoulder. Then, just hanging down here. Then we rotate the shoulder on the right side and then reach up. So what you're doing here is already rotating the back. Good. Excellent. Yes. And up. So that's a very big difference from when you started. Yeah. So we breathe. And then we bring the right hand down. And come back up. So feet center again. And again we come down. Hips back. All the way down. And maybe now the elbows are slightly bent, but the hands are on the mat. Good. And then we come back up again. And walk the feet together. And we can either step the feet together or jump the feet together. Okay. That is superb. Alright, so we come down to the knees. And we're going to sit on the feet here. What's important here is that we're completely comfortable. Going to just move the camera here. Good. So when we're in this position, it's called hero position, we can have also a cushion, for example, under your feet. You can have a cushion between your legs. And just sit and be relaxed. What's important here, and why often we have discomfort in the knees, is because the muscles in the front of the thighs are a little short. And what happens when they are short is they start to pull the knee, or the bone here at the front of the knee, in towards the joint, and that's what we feel is uncomfortable. So as we do this, again, we're just doing 100% of what we can, and eventually you'll be able to sit down onto the feet or even between them. Okay? At the moment, sitting down onto the feet, hero position. So again here, I just want you to lengthen the spine. So think about lifting the whole body. Chest comes up, stomach slightly in towards the spine. So just feeling those muscles engage just again as we bring the stomach in towards the spine. It doesn't matter if the stomach is still out, as long as you're feeling that you're pulling the stomach in towards the spine. We rest the hands on the knees and we allow the arms to be as heavy as possible, down to the elbows from the shoulders. And what this effectively does is it feels like the neck is longer and we have more space. And if you'll notice now, the muscles in the back, they are actually supporting this position. And that's because of the positions that we just practiced. So even simple things that we can do with the body with yoga actually make a huge difference. So it's not about doing massively advanced yoga positions and sweating until you're sort of really wet. That's not yoga, that's having a war with your body. What we want to do is to come into a position where we feel, yeah, something changed, that's enough for me. Close the eyes and we relax. and just enjoy the feeling in your body that you've been working with things, not in an extreme way, but just working and looking around the body and saying, yeah, that's a little different, and I feel a little bit different there. Shoulders maybe feel a little bit more relaxed. Maybe it's easier to stay straight. And then we gently open the eyes. So just occasionally when we're practicing yoga, you can have a little smile on the corner of the lips. So it's just that little feeling that something changed, you know. And I didn't actually do that much to change it. So that feeling was the feeling that I started with when I started doing yoga. I started to feel that little hope that something could change. And just changing just a little bit makes a huge difference. If you change 1 or 2% even, in 2 or 3 years' time, you will not be in the same place as if you were still going in a straight line. That's the way to look at this. It's not about making massive changes in your diet and all this sort of stuff, because that's just, well, let's face it, it's just annoying, okay? So we work with what we've got. And basically what I felt like in the beginning was I had a lot, so I had a lot to work with. So that was good thinking as well. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this class. Please lie on the back and we're going to have a nice long relaxation. Thank you. So making sure that you're feeling completely comfortable on the mat. Maybe even having cushions under the back of the knees. This will help the lower back. And we want to relax the stomach muscles as much as possible, so we allow the stomach muscles to sink down towards your spine. And we're going to take a little creative visualization. So once you're lying down on the mat, maybe you have a cushion under the back of the head so you feel nice and comfortable. Maybe you put on a t-shirt or a jumper or even socks, whatever is comfortable for you. So always take your time before relaxation. And it's as important to relax as it is to work with the body. Okay? So we need both to come into balance. So we gently close the eyes. First, I want you to become aware of your breath. And again, this gentle movement of the body, this expansion and contraction of the chest, and how that spreads out into the whole body. So just experiencing the breath. You can either allow the breath to be completely natural, or you can take deep, long inhales and deep, long exhales. It's entirely up to you. Allow your intuition to take you to what is comfortable for you. I want you to imagine now that you're standing at the side of a lake. There's a gentle breeze, so the surface of the lake is slightly rippling. There aren't any waves, just a slight movement of the surface. It's reflecting the colour of the sky and maybe the white clouds as they pass over your head. There's a freshness in the air as it passes over your body and over the lake. I want you to become intensely aware that you are part of this space. just as if somebody, if they were standing on the opposite side of the lake, they would see you as part of what they are seeing. You are part of this space. To your right, you see a small and inviting raft. You're drawn towards it. You step onto it. It is surprisingly stable. So much so that you decide to lie down on the raft. As you do so, you feel the gentle movement of the ripples of the water. The gentle breeze moves the raft away from the edge of the lake. You do not feel compelled to move the raft in any particular direction. Just allowing whatever is happening to happen. As you drift on the raft, you look up to the sky above you and realize that you are a part of this space as well. The vast expanse of the sky above you, the lake surrounding you, the gentle movement of the raft on the water. You lie on your back, relaxing the hips, feet falling out to the sides and arms out from the shoulders. As your wrists relax, the top of your fingers connect with the water. And as soon as this happens, you feel everything inside your body that you do not need and serves no purpose is running out through your fingers and into the lake. As if the lake was simply inviting you to let go. Let go of everything that is not needed, that you do not wish to carry. Old memories. They serve no purpose in the present moment, in the stillness, in the awareness that you exist as part of this planet. You are not simply walking around on the planet. You are part of it, part of life itself. And understanding that if you were not here, nothing would be the same. You are a part of everything. resting in the silence. And the breeze that is passing over the lake takes you back to the shore. And when you meet with the shore, you move off the raft. It does not matter where you have been or how much you have traveled. All that matters is that you're aware that something has changed. As if this experience has changed every cell of your being. And when you are ready, slowly and gently coming up from the floor or the ground beneath you, carrying this awareness with you, the awareness of self and awareness of your body. We're then going to finish together. So just sitting comfortably, and we're bringing the hands down in front of the heart here. And what we're going to simply do is to thank each other for the time that we have spent together. So we take a deep breath, we exhale forward, inhaling as we come back up, and exhaling the hands to the knees. Namaste.